Hey, hello, my friend. Sergio Gomez here. Let me ask you this question. Would you like to turn your artistic skill that you already have into a profitable income stream? Well, let me tell you something. Teaching might be the answer. My name is Sergio Gomez. I'm an artist, curator, gallery owner, author, and co-founder of the Art NXT Level program. And my goal with this channel is to make marketing and art business easy so that you can grow your art career, find new opportunities, sell more art, and spend more time creating in the studio. So if you like that, make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell so that you receive notifications of our future videos. Hey, my friend, welcome back. Super happy to be here with you. In this episode, I want to talk to you about turning the skill that you already have of making art, into a profitable educational program, which could be a workshop, a class that you may want to do, and maybe you don't know where to start. You don't know, exactly how to do it. I'm gonna give you 6 steps that will help you. And in order to do this video, I was thinking about, if I were to start today, from scratch, with everything that I already know, what steps would I take? So I'm going to share with you those 6 steps. The last one is probably the most important of the most. You don't want to miss that. And it's going to be really, really good because it's going to help you figure out, how you can turn your passion that you have for art, into additional profit that could really wonderfully complement your art sales and your studio practice. As a little bit of a back-end story, I started, teaching art for about maybe almost 20 years ago, and it all started with a workshop. Somebody invited me to do a workshop. I did the workshop and I realized, this is something I actually really like. I actually quite enjoyed it. I actually had a great time. From that, I went into actual teaching professionally, and I became a college professor. I had a 10-year job teaching art and design. I did that for 13 years full-time at the university level, but I realized something. I realized that the university gave me, what to teach, when to teach it, and where to teach it. I wanted to pick my own, what to teach, where, and how. So that's when I decided to quit my full-time job teaching, go all pro, all full-time as an artist, entrepreneur, building my own educational program, which now has become a 6-figure program every year. And I haven't looked back ever since. And my friend, in this video, I want to help you out. If there's something that you may want to do, maybe you have a passion for that. Maybe you know that there's somebody out there who wants to learn what you have. Maybe you have, this ability to talk about the things that you do with passion, and other people listen. So that's a great sign. That's already the universe telling you, you can do this. You can start that. And I want to start, as I went through these 6 steps, before I go to the first one really quickly, start with, talking about your mindset, because a lot of times our mind is the one thing that prevents us from actually doing it. You may think, well, there are already other people teaching painting, or other people teaching drawing or sculpture, or whatever it is that your skill is at, whatever it is that you do. In my case, for example, I wanted to teach marketing to artists. I wanted to teach also business and all the things that I actually share here in my Instagram and also in my YouTube page. And, I really wanted to do that. But, we think, well, there's already other people doing it. There's already tons of people here on YouTube teaching art, tons of people teaching drawing, tons of people teaching marketing. Why would anybody listen to me? Being the new person starting out. Well, my friend, here's the reality. Nobody, like literally nobody in the world is going to teach it the way you do. Why? Because you are unique. You are the only person in this world with a specific skill set, capacity, specific ideas, specific experience that you have gone through in life in order to get to where you are now. So nobody else can teach it the way you do it. Yeah, there might be 1,000 other painting courses, but there's only one that can be taught the way you do it, because there's only one of you. So think about that, as you begin to watch this video, and remove that from your mind. And also, by the way, this video is also great for anyone who already teaches a course, a class, a workshop, maybe from your studio or online, and you want to get better at it, right? You want to really push it to the next level, which is what I did. I started with 1 class, and 1 became 2, 2, 3 became 3, and now we have a whole academy, a whole program, online. And we also do things in person and hybrid, and it's just amazing. So let's go with step number 1. The first step that you need in order to turn that passion into an actual income stream of teaching classes or workshops. Step number 1 is you gotta identify your niche. You gotta identify your own niche. Where are you going to fit in this whole ecosystem of education? And for this, there are two things that you gotta think about. First one, determine what you are best at. What you are good at. What is it that you do in your art, in your studio practice that becomes so easy for you to talk about? Not only that, but becomes exciting for you to do it, right? I could teach about a bunch of things, and over the years I have taught anything from graphic design, web design. I have taught painting, drawing, live drawing, workshops on drawing, charcoal, you name it, and marketing, Instagram, business, branding, etc., right? And there are things that I love more than others. And that are super easy for me to do and actually are very exciting for me to do, right? For example, one of those things is I love teaching about marketing, business, branding for artists. That's a passion of mine, right? So anytime I have an opportunity to do so, that's a niche where I have been really focusing on. Now, when I go, with my own art to, let's say, exhibitions, galleries, museums, I can also teach a charcoal exploratory drawing class, which I often pitch, the venue to do this, and it has become also very successful when I get to do those. So, pick what is it that you do that really makes you excited, that you want to share others, and maybe something that probably you're already sharing with other people. Most of the time you'll find that which you want to teach, you're already doing it. You're already telling others, could come to you for advice. So think about what that is. That could be that specific skill that you want to pass on to others. Then the second thing you're going to do here inside the identify your niche is you're going to do some market research. In other words, on one hand, you're looking at what you're good at, what skill level you have, and what you want to teach. On the other hand, is the market research, thinking about, is this what I want to teach? What's the demand for that, right? For example, I could teach you how to paint with a toothpick, but the question is there anybody who wants to learn how to paint with a toothpick? Well, probably, somewhere in the world there may be 5 people or someone who might want to learn how to paint with a toothpick. So, that may not be the best class for me to start with, right? Although it's very narrow and very niche, I have to first do some research and find out, does anybody want to learn how to paint with a toothpick? How I would do that? Well, I would start asking people I know, people that are in my immediate circle, through my social media. I would start asking people, hey, I want to start a painting class on how to paint with a toothpick. Would you be interested? Raise your hand. Say yes if this is something that you would love to take. Start with that market research. Go to Google, etc. Find ways in which you can do it. The second thing that you want to do, if you really want to turn your passion for art into really an education, really channel an income stream for your art, second thing you want to do is develop your curriculum. You gotta sit down with a pen and paper or in your computer and start thinking about how you would lay out this class. Plan your lessons step by step. Are there certain steps that I would teach? What would be first, second, third, etc. Is it a one-time workshop? If it's a one-time workshop, how long is it? Is it 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? How much time do I need to teach this? How much time do my students need? Is this a multi-class? Is this something that I can do as a webinar? Is this something that I can do online? Is it something that needs to be hybrid? Think about really your curriculum and take some time for this. And I suggest that you also do some research on this one. In other words, take a class from somebody else. That's something that I actually did when I wanted to start my own online courses. I signed up for other online courses too, right? So that people would also teach me what they knew. And then I figured out, okay, these are certain things I like, certain things I don't like, right? So think about that, in this step number 2 of putting down your curriculum. You don't have to start from zero, right? You can start already from the inspiration of what others have already done, that you can adapt to yourself, looking at who you are, where you are, and what you have to offer, and putting something down together as far as developing your curriculum. Step number 3, that is the next logical thing to do after that, when you say, okay, this is what my class is going to be about, this is how I'm going to do it. Step number 3 is going to be choosing your teaching format. This is one of the most important parts of it all, because you gotta have a format of your choice that it is well defined, that can help you, deliver this class. And what I would recommend is that you look at the pros and cons of each one of them. Don't just pick one without considering other things. In this case, here's where you will pick: is it an online format? Is it an in-person? Is it a hybrid? Is it a workshop? Is it a multi-class? And make some columns and put the pros and cons of each. Depends what it is that you want to teach, to find out. In my case, for example, when I was teaching the marketing principles for artists, I realized that I needed more than one class. I started doing other like multi classes or challenges that would help my students figure out all the different things I needed to teach them, right? So you gotta figure that out. You gotta figure it out. Depends on what you want to teach, how much time you'll need and so forth. When I teach, for example, my charcoal workshop, exploratory workshop, those is a one-time deal, right? One class, one workshop, people come, they get excited, then we do one thing, everybody leaves with one small drawing, and everybody's happy, right? People can continue exploring that on their own. All they need is this one class. At the same time, here you may want to look at the different platforms. Well, for example, if you're going to do it in person, then picking where is it going to be. It's going to be your home, it's going to be your studio. Do you want to rent a space at a local library? Where are you going to do it? If it's online, there are tons of platforms, that you can pick from as well. I suggest, for example, to get started, if you want to do something online, the one thing that everybody knows how to use because of the pandemic is Zoom, right? So you can easily start a class with Zoom, and people just have to log in Zoom at the date and time that you choose for your class, and people just join you live then, and you're speaking to them through video, and it's a live Zoom session. And then you record it, and then you can, that's your class now, right? Now, maybe the idea of teaching it live scares you. Like, I don't want to do a live class, that's kind of scary. I want to be able to edit my video and look at my videos and make them look really good. So maybe an option for you might be, in this case, go through a platform like Udemy or Skillshare, right? These are platforms where you can upload all your lessons and in order, and then you can put them out for sale, and they already have a whole community of people looking for courses, and then you promote them as well, and people go and sign up through Udemy or Skillshare or other platforms like that then all you gotta do is record it, upload it, promote it, and then wait for the money to come in as people start to sign up for your class. I, for example, use Udemy. I've been using Udemy, so you can find some of my courses in Udemy. For example, one of the courses that has done the best for me on Udemy is the 7 steps to creating a killer exhibition proposal. That one you can take it in Udemy, and it's another income stream that's there, right? I recorded it once, and then people can take it anytime. So that's another option. These are all different options plus more that you can look at and consider, as you want to do this class. All right, let's go to number 4. Step number 4. Again, if I was going to start brand new, again, building an online or in-person educational program, income stream for my career, the 4th step that I will do is, once I already had the idea what I wanted to do, once I already figured out my niche, once I have already figured out my curriculum, my platform, then I will go and start finding students, right? This is finding students, which is very important, identifying who's your target audience, which has to be very well defined. What I suggest you do is just take a little sheet of paper and write down who is the type of person who will be ideal for your class. And, if I was teaching a class on painting with a toothpick, which, by the way, I don't have that class, I'm just making that up, I would have to think of the profile. Who would be the ideal person? Probably somebody who has really good sight, maybe a younger person, right? Who has really good sight to be able to see that minute detail. Somebody who has a lot of patience, not somebody who's like abstract expressionist, quick painter. because to paint with a toothpick, you need a lot of patience. You don't need a whole lot of space. That's a good thing about that. So I would actually create a whole profile, think about that, right? And figure out who is my target audience, and start also thinking about where do I find these people? Where could they be? Are they locally? Where do they gather? Will I find them in the library, at the schools, the school system? What is the age group range? Yeah, right. As you're going to teach a class, I suggest you also think about the age group, right, of your target audience. Don't make a class that's for everybody, because everybody becomes nobody, right? You actually have to be very specific. Who is this class for? Is it for children? Children of what age? School age children, or high school, or young adults, whatever, or adults, right? Otherwise, if it's for everybody, you're going to get a mix of students, which is going to be very difficult to manage, and nobody's going to be happy. The kids are going to be bored, and the adults are going to be annoyed for having the kids there. So you have to really think about that, really target your audience very, very well. The step number 5 that you want to do in order to start an income stream of teaching and education, the next step 5, is marketing your class. You really want to learn how to market your class properly. In order to do this, you have to create a compelling offer, right? Really taking the time to sit down, to look at everything that you're going to do and everything that your students are going to learn, what are the benefits that they're going to get, and spend a lot of time talking about what's in it for them more than what's in it for you. Fortunately, the way a lot of artists, promote their courses, and that's why they don't have a lot of success, is because they talk all about themselves, their awards, and all the accolades that they have received, how amazing artists they are, and so on. But the student on the other side, the person considering your class, is thinking, what's in it for me, right? What am I going to get, right? What is the benefit that I will have? What will I gain if I take your amazing, awesome class, right? As you say in the website. So spend time thinking about a compelling offer that will answer the question, to the audience that you're trying to sell it to. What am I going to get? At the end of the day, make it about them, not about you. Super important. And as you think about your marketing, your visuals, your branding, all those are very important. And also selecting your promotional strategies. How are you going to distribute this information across all your social media platforms? When are you going to start it? For how long are you going to promote it? What is the deadline for people to sign up? Pricing, structures, all those things. There are a lot of moving parts when it comes to creating your first class as well. And then the very last one, as I go to the last step, I said there are 6 steps. The last step, which is I think the most important, is get help. Really get help. I realized when I started teaching my own courses, I realized that even though I was doing things right, I needed help. So I had options. I could spend hours and hours in YouTube watching video after video, or Googling stuff, or asking people around, or actually take a class, take a course that will help me avoid some of the pitfalls and get me on the other side a lot faster. And I'm a big believer on that, on asking, looking for help, looking for programs that are already out there. When I wanted to start my podcast, first thing I did is like, okay, I can Google this all day long, or I can take a course. And I took a course for podcasting, and I'm glad I did, because it saved me so much time in the long run. It was an investment, of course, but the time that I got back and the experience, to get to launch my podcast really quickly, was absolutely worthwhile. Same thing for education and teaching. When I look for opportunities, when I was starting to learn more from different programs out there, I really learned a ton. And for this, my friend, I'm going to actually straight up tell you that I have also a course that you can take on this, creating an income stream for your art by teaching and education, and it's called the Artist Educator, a step-by-step course for creating your own classes or workshops. This particular class is really, really cool. It's online, so you can take it from anywhere in the world. We start in June 8th. That's when we start, releasing it. It's a 3-week course. Every week there are 2 modules that come out, and then inside of our program, inside our coaching program, the Art NXT Level program, That's where we provide all the support, answer your questions, brainstorm with you ideas on your marketing, your class, your niche, everything that you need to know to put a great class together. In this course, we go in full detail with everything you need to know, like laying out the foundations, for example, projecting confidence, which is very important. Every person who teaches something, you want to start your class with confidence, right? So people know that they're in the right place, that they're not asking, am I in the right class, right? You gotta have confidence. So Dr. Yanina Gomez, she leads this class or this module on gaining self-confidence to project it to your students. I talk about technology and delivery of your courses, if you want to do an online versus in person, or if you want to do a hybrid module, or if you want to do a membership model, for example, which is what I have. Also, our good friend Drew Harris, he will talk about specifically art workshops. He has great experience doing art workshops internationally with big companies too, and he's going to talk about that. I will talk to you about pricing your course, different pricing methods and structures, and very importantly, marketing your class so you can get tons of students signing up for your course. So if you would like to check out my own course on the Artist Educator, step-by-step course for creating your own classes or workshops, all you gotta do is just go to the caption here or the description of this YouTube video. You will find a link. It's inside the Artist Next Level program. Sign up for that Next Level program, and then in the library you will find this course, and we are there to help you in the journey, to provide you all the support that you need to really make a wonderful and exciting start of a new income stream for your art career, if this is something that you want to do. So let me know how you like this video. Let me know if these steps make sense for you, or let me know where you are in this journey. This is something that you have started to do. Where are you right now? Let me know in the comments. We'd love to connect with you there as well. Thank you for watching, my friend. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. But wait, before you leave this video, if you are an artist who wants to grow your art career and wants to achieve greater success, make sure you check out the Art Next Level program. You will find a link under this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the next video that we have recommended just for you.